dear suicidal friends, I'm dying. Oh, I don't feel good. I ain't got nobody to blame but myself because I let that medicine lapse. So I still feel good. I'm low energy, but I'm gonna go Tuesday or Wednesday down there. It'll be fine. They'll get me back on the same day probably. Just get my labs done. And then I ain't feeling good, so I'm like, been laying around thinking, and that's never a good thing. I know I think back because I really don't try. Like I'm gonna be like 100% serious in this. I'm not gonna like be silly, and that's always been my natural reaction. Like even as a kid and stuff, it's like I'd be a smart ass when my feelings are hurt or when I'm like depressed or whatever. You know what I mean? 'Cause it's like a like a mechanism, whatever you call it. You know. And that's how I was, like, after all, like, especially, when I was still drinking, like, and then after that, I didn't know how to react. I mean, how do you react to something like that? I mean, I just didn't. And then I was being trolled, and, you know, and I couldn't get it together. I'm surprised I managed to keep it together as much as I did through all that. And and I'm be dead serious about this. I don't care if you like that pig in the attic. I don't care if you like that little man, if you want to call him that. That's fine, but they tried to kill me. I see the general like from a distance, kind of haha, whatever. But they knew the state of mind I was in. He knew I was off my meds. He knew I was drinking. He knew I was taking pills. They tried to kill me with that last stream that night. Remember him saying guns, David Guns, and saying about Whitty giving him money to send to his family in Mexico and all that weirdo stuff. Like real sick people laughing. Well, I'm sure they were all listening when someone literally could have ended their life right then. I mean, that's how serious, and they knew. They knew how infatuated I was with him. That was the purpose. That's why I don't feel bad. I'm going to confront. It is my goal. Like the days like today when I don't feel good and I start to let myself think back about it and how I felt and like those emotions of just I wanted to like not be alive, and they knew it. They knew it. They reveled in it. So, that's a miserable pig of a woman to do something like that. And I'm going to ask her in her fat face one day. I'm going to, hopefully by the end of this year, whenever I get a car and I can go up there, I'm going to ask her. Maybe I'll ask her in front of her mixed race nieces. I'm going to say, why did you do that? Look me in my face and tell me how you thought that was a humanly thing to do to another human being. Like all trolling aside in that, y'all knew. Y'all knew, especially you knew how infatuated I was with him. And to do that with those people, David Guns, that loser, he's a straight up loser. I wish Candy would file another restraining order against him. Straight up loser. And let me tell you something about Stewie. Everybody can like Stewie because he tells you he's a sweet talker. Who knows what his life, but let me tell you this, you put your thinking caps on. Okay, you got a woman with 2 young kids, and she won't even, she didn't want to be with him anymore. He didn't leave her, she left him. And there's a reason. There's a reason. I'm sure he's a POS in a relationship. I'm sure he is. I'm witness trolling or not, I'm witness to that. You know. I could have come on and been here and tell it. You know what I mean? If I was him, people are only going to tell you the good stuff about him. They're only going to show you their good side. You don't get to see both sides rarely. But I'm shining a spotlight like they shown one on me to show my whole full spectrum. Uh, I've been sober for a long time now, since December 20th, 2022, through all this. through mom arguing me, through the grandma thing, through what I went through over there too. And while these people are harassing me, they care about old people, they care about animals, they care about kids. Yeah, they don't give a fuck about none of that. They give a fuck about their butthurt feelings. That's what they gave a fuck about. And revenge for words on the internet or their own behavior being called out when I never did anything anywhere like a minuscule bit of what was done to me by a large group of narcissistic losers and narcissistic enablers that wanted to make me feel like I'm a piece of shit, I'm a bad person, you're a horrible person, you're unredeemable, you're this, that, and the other thing. Well, guess what? I'm thriving. Even on my deathbed over here dying of age, I'm still thriving because I'm doing a million times better than I was around those type of people. And that not in my life and not making that my life, because when you surround yourself with that toxicity and you're in that bubble and you're like, we're a family. No, you're not a family. You're a bunch of degenerate losers in life that all found a place to coalesce. Believe me, I know I was one. That's why I fit in so well. So don't tell me what I am until you hold that mirror up to your saggy face or your fugitive face or your gay homosexual face or your, yada, yada, yada. That's why I'm not going to feel bad. If I go to jail, I'm not going to go forever because I don't plan on killing anybody. But I'm going to confront some of these people to their face. Sure am. And ain't nobody can say a goddamn thing about it because there's so many real lifers on here. JT, that's why no sympathy. If I ever get proof, sue him. I'll sue him all day long. I don't care if I lose. I don't care if I get sued back. I'll do it. I'll prove a point. I'll roll the dice. I will roll the dice. All these people. They knew what they were doing. It wasn't no little, they know the severity of the way I had felt, and I was grasping, and I had nothing at that time. I was so miserable, and I didn't have anybody at that time. And I thought I had a friend, and I didn't. I overlooked, I mean, if someone's not even, I ain't gonna, we all know what Lindy is. You can support that, you can pray that, and that's Boyd, and I get it. That's why I did it, and I understand that. But I know, and everybody knows in their heart what that situation is. You can support a grape liar, an adulteress. I mean, that's what it. But that's Boyd. You know what I mean? The most ridiculous shit. That's what you. And I get it. That's why I don't take personal offense to the way anybody feels about me. All I ever wanted to do was, this is my channel. I put in the time. I put in the years. And it's my place to vent. It's my place to say whatever I want to. And that was that was take away from me. I never did anything. People who in friendships around here all the time and rat everybody's business and do all that. That's what's done. And I was tried to like put down over it, like literally, instead of someone just talking to me like an adult, like another human being. But their family's gonna know one day, their children, their nieces, because I'm gonna roll up, and that's my right. Call the police, call it. It'll all be on video, but I'm gonna look you in your face. I'm not gonna. The only person I don't want to be like in a 200-foot radius of is little Stewie. Don't. That's not a good man. It's not. There's a reason. What woman would want to go live the single life and not have a baby daddy around? You know what I'm saying? There's a reason. Because they can't keep their dick in their pants. They don't care if it's a girl or a guy, a troll or what. Can't keep their dick in their pants. Very abusive. Very abusive. And I see these women on here want a project. Well, good luck with that one. Good luck with that one. Maybe once he's like 40 or 50 or grown or something. But he's, everybody, hey, he's got a job. Like, so does half of America. And if he didn't have a job, he'd be in jail for not paying child support. So, yeah, what a good man. A good man. No man that tries to kill me is a good man as far as I'm concerned. And I deserved a lot of that shit. I've always said that. I deserved it. Absolutely. Absolutely. But I didn't deserve. People just got carried away and just jumped on it. And when someone's hurting like that, I mean, there's a certain type of people like that Hag in South Florida. So if they thrive on that pain, And I'm probably guilty of that to a certain extent, a little bit, but not like that. I never wanted anybody, and I never would want to harm someone emotionally that way. And it's fucked me up. It's fucked me up when it comes to my phones and security cameras and feeling privacy in my home. And people are going to understand that when it's done to them. And that's my mission. That is my goal. I know there's some people on here that a couple things they better hope for. That mom don't get a bad diagnosis after that colonoscopy, because I'll sell this house and I will spend every last dime making y'all feel what I felt. Consequences be damned. I didn't do anything to deserve that. He took my money. He hurt my feelings. So, I mean, why try to make me, why do that last stream that night? Like, what, when they knew that, like, my son, and it just rose around him at that time. You know what I mean? They knew. And that's why everybody, like, dipped, like, like ghost and whatever. Yeah, if I would have ended my life, none of them would have cared. They would have celebrated. Because why? Because why? I was in such a miserable, miserable place at that time, and they knew it too, and they knew it. That's why I think Lindy deserves to go to jail. She does. I'm sorry. If you would do that to another human being that defended you blood, tooth, and nail, or whatever the saying is, for 7 long years, and you would even let the fraction of that real life shit, and I remember some of that shit, well, we're never going to stop. We're never going to bow down. We're not scared of you. Bitch, I don't want you. I'm not going to get all riled up for good. This channel was my right. I didn't do anything not to deserve this channel. I tried to catfish him even though he knew, but we both knew. You know what I mean? I got way delusional, but why didn't someone say to me in that December? I remember. Anyway, I gotta go. But I'm gonna confront some people on here to their face. Like I said, days where I feel like this right now, when I think back about it and I feel a fraction, a little bit, let myself feel those emotions or what that felt like. And to know those people were laughing and celebrating while I literally wanted to end my life, no, that's not good people. Don't care how bad of a person you think I am, or I might have been, or I might be sometimes. But I've never done that to another human being, and that's a fact. It's a fact. And if the mother of your children don't want to be with you, that says everything that needs to be said. Because who wouldn't want their father? You know what I mean? Who wouldn't want their baby daddy there with them to help raise their children and live with them, unless you're a real piece of shit? A selfish little piece of shit. So, and I know all about that. I'm not a great person either. Not a great person, but even I have some morals. But anyway, that's my rant. I don't feel good. So, I don't know what else to say today. I just want to feel better. Don't like feeling bad like this, and then I sit here and think about that shit, man. And I know I act a clown and do all that, but that shit hurt. That shit hurt. And then it hurt to know that people like were like just celebrating it. Like someone went in their life. What? Because I was in a bad place, and I was, oh God, it was so miserable. So I think people understand the misery that I was trying to escape at that time, and no help. And then was Lindy like everything? Cause I remember her saying about hipster and stuff. Like when Boris was giving me that picture of Corey's boobs that she had sent to Jimmy Rance and all that, and hipster throwing a fit about it. And was she just like putting all the blame on me? Wasn't she being like, yeah, you and Boris were like wanting to do that. It's like, here, have Ryan do it. Well, not Ryan, but you know what I mean? Like, I remember all that. And then were you saying, was Lindy going to hipster and like, I can't control what he does, da-da-da. But you were. That's how I got it. You know what I mean? You're like the OG queen of revenge porn. And I get pinned with it all. I'm a piece of shit. Yeah, I was a piece of shit because I was like who I was hanging around with. Anyway, so on that note, I'm going to go, and I might take a nap, but I'll be back when I'm back, and I can't wait to get a fucking car. Have a great day. Bye.